Alright, time for the fun. Everyone's favorite part. Chocobo hype. Get me off this bird! We did it. This is, I really hate how the reward system works in this. Because if you get a really good time your first time, then you can't beat the time after that, and you only get like one reward. Jerk. Alright. Any guesses? After this. Any guesses on how long the final one takes? Wow. Five hours? I guess it'll take you 0.0 seconds. So, for those of you that haven't seen this before, this is one of the worst minigames in Final Fantasy history. Because in order to get a thing that you need for an ultimate weapon, you have to end this with 0.0 seconds on the clock. You actually have to end it with less than that. If you land exactly on 0.0, then you don't get the prize. So you need like -0.1. And the problem with this is the spawn of these balloons is random. So like I already lost. If the balloons spawn too close to him and he takes too many of them, you just can't get the score. No matter how well you do it. And so it's a mixture of like doing this perfectly, but then also getting lucky enough to actually get the time. How's it going, Ayumania? Oh no, Blitzball is very easy if you know what you're doing. Except the first game, yeah. It's very similar to that, where it's like, you have to be good and get lucky. But yeah, after that, blitzball's not bad. So the way it works is every balloon subtracts time. And so, like, you have to race really fast, not get hit, and pick up enough balloons to where it subtracts enough to give you 0.0. Nerd. Also, that part where the camera changes is so terrible. How did I not get hit? It's so hard to make that turn without, like, and actually pick up balloons. Wow, he got absolutely creamed. You all right there, buddy? Wow, I was actually close that time. 2.9. Well, I'm never getting another level 3 Keiser. I'm gonna get like one more. Alright. Let's see if we can do it. Oh. This is a lost cause. You got all the starting balloons. No, I'm not going for it. I'm just racing again for no reason. I just wanted to waste all your times. Yeah, the mirror thing. I always struggle on the mirror thing. Let's see how I do this time. Wow, this spawn. Okay, I gotta be serious here. That spawn was incredible. No! I was full tilt, still got hit. There's not much I can do about that. Oh, this is a rip. Dang, that beginning spawn was so good. Chocobo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Okay. Wombo combo. You were talking about whether traditional music theory lessons are something you should do for doing electronic music. My take on this is that while you can just open a music program and start playing around to create something, I feel that you go that route without learning some traditional music theory, learning how music works in general. You'll eventually hit a brick wall in terms of how good your music can be, while good music is not something you can quantify. Over the years, a lot of theory about what constitutes good music was developed, and if you just skip all this, you will miss out. So my point is, while I wouldn't say not doing the music the traditional way is cheating, I think it will slow down your progress and set the bar of what you can achieve lower. I feel like I agree with that, but I also feel like a lot of what people were saying when we were talking about this earlier, I think they would disagree with that. It seemed like a lot of people were saying, like, you straight up don't need to learn the traditional, like, learning the traditional way is good, but is not, like, it's not a bar in any way. Kidding me? That balloon is impossible to get. The bird, like, automatically goes to the left when he passes that threshold. That bird was disappearing. How'd he hit me? I guess, I mean, one thing I could say is if I connect this to my video editing career, I never took any lessons in editing whatsoever. Literally everything I've learned is just me plinking around in the program. And obviously my editing is like, I mean, I wouldn't say rudimentary, but it's definitely like simple. I don't edit any blockbuster movies, you know. I edit YouTube videos. But in terms of being successful, I've obviously been successful. So someone like I could easily see multiple people telling me, if you never take any classes in video editing and never like take the time to learn how it's done correctly, you'll never be successful. I could totally see people saying that. They could say you'll edit something, you'll enjoy it, it'll be good, but you'll never be like fully successful just off of your own like plinking around. Like eventually you're gonna hit some kind of wall and you need to take some classes. I think that's a fair opinion to have. But I'm kind of a living proof that you can be successful that way. But I still have kind of hit a wall where, like, if I wanted to edit stuff crazier than I am currently, I would have to learn from someone, because I've pretty much learned everything I possibly can just from plinking around, so. Yeah. Easy money. Man, we got that fast. I can't believe. I also can't believe that was the run, because I got hit twice, I think. I should have gone to college for chocobo racing. You can never get a 0.0 without learning from the best. You didn't learn the traditional way to ride chocobos. You'll never make it. No, but I think what you said is right. Like, I think that you do hit a wall eventually on your... Like, okay, here's another example that we've talked about. Speedrunning. So when I speedrun, I almost always speedrun the game without any help, without any outside anything, right? Just to see what I can do, because if you just watch like a world record run, and then you just try to do what they do right off the bat, you miss out on this opportunity to like improve on your own merits first. You know, like let's say a run is like 30 minutes long, right? The world record is like 25 minutes, right? If you take the world record route and try to do it yourself, you'll maybe get like a 32-minute time, 33-minute time. And then from there, you're just trying to get better and better to slowly chunk down your time, right? But you miss out on this really great experience of having like an hour-long time. And then your next run is 50 minutes, and then your next run is 45 minutes, and then your next run is 40 minutes, and you get to see your progress and learn new routes and think of new strategies in your head that might save time. You miss out on all that by just watching the world record run and getting like 99% of what the run is right away. So I always try to run the game just completely off my own merits first. And I found, especially with certain games like Advance Wars, there were certain strats I came up with that I wouldn't have come up with had I just watched the world record. I would have watched the world record and thought like, oh, that's the best way to do it. And then just did that. And then never tried my own thing. So I think it's very important to do things your own way without any help first. Just to kind of get your own feel, your own personal style in there, you know what I mean? But where I'm going with this is, if you, like, going back to what we were saying about the music, if you do a speed run... I lost my train of thought. I'll get it back. Hold on. I don't want to miss this point because it's an important point. I'll think of it. This race is easiest on PS2. Is it easier on the remake? I don't think... Well, I did do it. I did do it on the remaster because I got the platinum. I don't remember it being easier. Mavic's like, it's not easy. It definitely wasn't easy. No, it wasn't that. It was that, I can't remember. Oh well. It'll come back to me, I'm sure. Oh right, harder on the remaster.
Welcome, Yuna.
I remember it taking a little while in the remaster.
What is this place?
I wonder why it would be harder
Rimium
though.
Temple.
Maybe like the frames?
Once a great religious center in the Calm Lands, lost after the battle with Sin.
And this is your home? What? You got something against company?
It's a long story. Easier perhaps to show you.
You're dead too.
Don't send me just yet. There is still one thing left for me to do here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I remember. So, if you go out on your own and you do, like I was saying, you do a speedrun on your own. So you don't look up any records or anything, and you just do it on your own. You get your own style, you get your own feel, and it's a lot more fun because you're not putting yourself up to some crazy standard, right? And you're just improving on your own run, right? But there is a ceiling. There's a limit to what you can do on your own a lot of times. Because, for example, if you were to just start running Final Fantasy VII and you didn't look up anything from anyone, you're missing out on decades of experience and research into the game. And so, you know, there is a crazy chance that you find some of the strats that exist, but you're not going to find wrong warp, calm skip, all these things that took decades of work to find. So, and I think that ties into like the music thing, where it's like you can make music on your own and be successful. You can make videos on your own. You can edit videos on your own and be successful. But there is a limit to where you do need help from other people. You can't learn everything that's ever been learned in decades of work in an art on your own. You know, like there is a ceiling where you do need help to learn these things, because you're not decades of, you know, you only live for 100 years. You can't. So then it's the same. That's where I was going with the speedrun thing. Is like, it's cool to do the run on your own and not listen to anyone else and just do it, but there is going to be a limit to what you can achieve. Now, back in the day, there were all these stories of people that did speedruns on their own, and then like people found their speedruns and they were better than anyone else. But that was back when speedrunning was like ancient. Like I said, nowadays, we're not going to find some Final Fantasy VII speedrun on the internet that beats everyone's, that never looked at anyone else's research and just happened to find everything on their own. Like, it's just not going to happen. There's just too much that's been found. It's not like some Mario 64 speedrunner is going to come out of the woodwork and be like, hey guys, I didn't know you guys were speedrunning. Check out my time, and it's like 10 minutes better than everyone else's. Like, it's just not going to happen. And if you start to speedrun Mario 64 and you don't look at anything that anyone has found or learn any of the strats and just do it on your own, you're not going to beat the world record. It's just not going to happen. There's just too much innovation and too many people have put their time and effort into it over so many years, you know? But that doesn't mean that you can't run the game, enjoy it, and be successful. And maybe even get a pretty good time. Like, the only limit is your own imagination. But yeah, it just kind of going off of what Mavic said, where like, if I don't learn the traditional way of creating music, there is going to be some kind of limit that I hit where, like, let's say I'm making an electronic song and I want to throw in some guitar chords, some guitar riffs. Sure, I can go on the internet and find riffs that already exist, and I could put it into the music program, and I could edit it to be my own style, but there's a limit there. I can't pull out a guitar and play it and learn and play real, create my own riff. I'm using what already exists at that point because I don't have the ability to write music because I can't read music, So there's like a limit there. Well, for sure, but yeah. But, if you weren't here for the original conversation, I was not talking about making good music. The original conversation was, I keep wanting to start making music, but I have this thing in my head where I feel like I'm being unfair to the music community by not learning, not even attempting to learn traditional first, and instead just creating music with stuff that's already been made. And also, me personally, I started to learn traditional music back in college and then quit. And so I feel like I'm cheating myself by just not picking that back up and instead doing like the easier route. Because in all fairness, it is the easier route. Now that doesn't mean that like electronic music is somehow worse or easier to make. That's not true. But it is easier to make a plink plonk electric song in a music creation software than it is to learn the entire way to read, write, and understand traditional music, then create the music with an instrument that you also have to learn. Like, it's just objectively harder. It doesn't mean that either way is better or worse, but objectively it's harder to learn music traditionally than it is to just do it in a software program. So in a way, I feel like I'm cheating myself by starting to learn traditional music, and it's almost like I've given up and just gone with the easier route. Does that make sense? So like, it's just kind of a feeling I have. And I'm sure if once I get into it, I'm not going to feel that way. But that's just, I'm just being honest. That's just the way I've been feeling over the last couple weeks. Because I downloaded a program, because I actually got it off of Humble Bundle. They had that big Humble Bundle sale for Ukraine, and I just bought it. Didn't even look what was in it. I just bought it to support. And then when I went through the stuff that was on there, I was like, oh, they got Music Maker in here. So I downloaded it, and it came with like a couple different, you could buy like a couple sound packs things they have just to have some stuff to work with. And so I downloaded that, and then it's been sitting on my desktop, and I'm like, I should jump in and just mess around with stuff. This is something I've always wanted to try. Because that was my first excuse, was that, oh, I don't have a program, and I'm not going to buy a $100 program for something that I don't know if I'm going to be serious about. So that was always my excuse. And then I bought this Humble Bundle, and it had Music Maker in it, and it was like, well, can't use that excuse anymore. So then it became, Oh, well, I'd be, you know, cheating myself out of learning music traditionally, right?
With the help I can give, a young summoner might
Excuses,
just be able
excuses.
to defeat sin. Well, you know, I challenge you. If you cannot beat me, you'll never beat sin.
That's true.
Very well.
Got a point.
Before we begin, now, are you ready?
So this is another post-game thing, but I didn't really include it in my list of post-game because it's not really that extensive. But you get to fight all of her Aeons, which is cool. And the coolest thing about this is when you get new Aeons, you can come back and fight her version of it, which is neat.
Choose your Aeon well, summoner.
Also, this is unfair. Bahamut versus Valefor, come on. Yeah, I've heard GarageBand's really nice. Yeah, well, I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't a good excuse, guys. When you're creating an excuse to not do things, it's never a good excuse. But don't you know how this works? Yeah, no, it wasn't a good excuse. But that was my excuse, was like, oh, I don't have a program. I don't know, it's very eye-opening. I think that everyone here has something similar, where you have an excuse in your head, but as soon as you start to try to explain it, it falls apart. Because that's exactly what it is. It's an excuse. You know, I'm definitely opening myself up here by, you know, basically admitting that I'm making excuses. But that's important. I think that's an important step forward, is to be able to admit that I'm making excuses, right? I'm okay being open with you guys because I think it's important, and I think that perhaps by me being open with it, it'll help you guys be open with it too and settle your own problems. Even if I look like an idiot. Can you be honest? No. I'm the only one that's allowed to be honest. Y'all have to lie. This is the internet. If and when we create the buddy system Discord, I promise alright, here we go. We're on the internet. This is live. You have my word. So I can't take it back. If we make the Discord, I will put the music creation thing as my thing. 100%. I will be the first one on. So, you have my word. And then I'll probably quit a weekend because I don't like it. Not because I quit, but because I just don't like it. I think I will like it though, because I like video editing and it's very similar, so I think I will like it. But if I don't, I'm not going to force myself to do it, you know. But I won't know till I try. That's the thing. I have to try to know if I like it or not.
Ah, you have made some progress, and for that, I'm glad.
I feel like she's talking to me.
Take this. It may come in handy.
Wait, whoa, this got too real. Hold on. Another cool thing about this is you have all these things with the Aeons. You can give Aeons abilities. You can change Aeons attributes. Like, they put a lot of work into the Aeon thing. But to be honest, you can go through the whole game without summoning anything. Like, the Isaru boss is the only one where you have to use Aeons. After this, you're free to never use them again. So it's cool that this exists because it's a way for you to actually use those mechanics and do something with it, you know? So I like that this exists. Anyways, time to do stupid chocobo crap. I think there's a chest over here. Maybe. Possibly. Oh. Squawk. Clipped it for posterity. Well, see, I truly think that what I said before will hold true. What's going to happen is I'm going to try the music maker thing. If I hate it, I'll put it down and never do it again. If I like it, I will use it as a gateway to get back into learning traditional music. I almost guarantee that's how it's going to go. It's going to be just like Mavic said. I'm going to try it, I'm going to enjoy it, but then I'm going to hit some kind of wall where I feel like I need to know more about just music in general, like reading music and stuff. I'm going to hit like a wall where the tools of the program just aren't enough. And then I'm going to go back to learning traditional music. But that's a good thing. Like, that's going to force me to actually really need to do it. Whereas before I was just doing it because I had needed something to do in college. And then I quit it pretty quickly. Mount the bridal chocobo waiting on the opposite side of the temple. Once you are astride the challenger, the race will begin. I'm just here to read some books. Yeah, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? Gonna noodle around on those instruments. I mean, that's how I got into starting to learn music, was noodling around on my keyboard. So. And I still want to learn piano more than anything else. I want to learn piano more than I want to learn electronic music, but it's too much of a investment, I feel, for now. But the software thing, just like my video editing software, I can jump in, move some stuff, jump out, and I'm used to that kind of thing, being a video editor. So it's going to feel a bit more... It's going to feel less foreign. A keyboard feels extremely foreign to me. I have to learn every single thing. If I see some music, I have to learn every single note. I have to Google every single... What is this? What is that? How do I play this? What do I play that? But like a music making software, there are certain things that transfer from video editing that I can be like, oh, this is how you do this. And it'll feel more, the same. Well, I have Music Maker right now, which I got through Humble Bundle, so I'm going to try that. And then there's other programs that I can always try too. I don't like that program, but I like the idea of doing it. I have to try it to even know if I want, like, if I enjoy it. That's step number one. Do I even enjoy it? Oh, I wasn't supposed to hit that, by the way. You're supposed to not hit these. You win! Alright, so... I believe to do this, you have to hit all 5 chests and win the race. Is that the thing? There's like a route to take. I don't remember what it is. These two are like right next to each other. There's this one. Another chocobo is so slow. There's this one. See, I think I missed one though, and I still didn't win. I want to say those first 2 chests were correct. Ooh. This freaking first part is so hard to control. I have to figure out where to go from there. I'm almost positive these first 3 are correct. And then this one. And then there's the last chest. Here, okay. So yeah, that's it. I probably would have got it there had I known. Might make it. I think going forward there might be better. Out of the way! I don't remember what hitting the posts does. Maybe that's just like a time? I don't know. Well, there's no time though. Maybe if you finish you get a time? I don't remember. There's a time in the bottom right hand corner. So maybe that's like that time goes up if you hit a pole. I don't think it matters for this reward. I went the wrong way. You are an idiot and you don't know how to race. Why did you do it this way? I still beat him? Oh, I think hitting the post makes him go faster. Because I hit that post and he started booking it. This is just forward. And then here, I can go forward and then back. Almost hit that pole. We got it. Oh no. Oh yeah! So that gets you 3 stars times 60, which I used for several challenge runs, I think. But the important thing is just getting the cloudy mirror, which is just from beating the chocobo. But 3 stars are brutally broken. They reduce your party's MP cost to 0. You can throw one and MP is 0, but they also mix for some absolutely ridiculous stuff. But you could throw a 3 stars during every boss fight for the rest of the game and never have MP problems again, just from that alone. Infinite MP for the rest of the game. Yeah, I know. I don't remember what the other prizes are, and I don't feel like getting them, but there's prizes for 1, 2, 3, and 4 also. I thought I'd just do that one, because that's the hard one. Alright, I've seen enough Calm Lands. Let's get out of here. We'll be back, though, for Monster Arena shenanigans later. Open the chest. No. Alright, fine. Just for you, I'll pretend to open the chest. Hope you enjoy. Oh. Wait. So that's like your hint that you have to upgrade the mirror. But they never give you a hint as to how. You just have to go figure it out. Your energy is bad and you should feel bad. It's not my fault, it's the mirror. It's like my bathroom. Cloudy mirror.